Hello, it's Keith from Kinvert, and I'm about to start building the rocket to try to get a probe to land on the Mun and come back. This is what previously got us to orbit the Mun and get back, and this is the successful rocket here. So I think we can take most of this upper stage, and I'm going to set this off to the side for kind of reference. We are going to need this kind of the way it is. I'm probably going to ditch this. I don't want my radio communication to go to crap. Let's see, so 0.07, 0.005, so this is like 10 times heavier. These parachutes were kind of overkill, but at the same time I don't have a single chute that's going to fit. Is there a way to just put this perfectly on the center? Like, it seems like this won't be. But is there a way to, that does not seem snappy at all. That's snapping, but not well. Reroute? What does that mean? Select 2 or more parts to reroute. Okay, I don't know what that means. So I'm gonna go back to here. Maybe I do need to keep it with 2 of these and just have it be overkill, because I don't want this to be asymmetrical. When I'm landing this thing, it's really got to be symmetrical or I'm going to be going nuts. I'm not even going to have any stability assist. As far as I know, I've got nothing that's going to work for that. Does this have reaction wheel? This has stability assist. It's 0.1 tons versus 0.05 tons. So this is only twice the mass. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, so if I land with this, I can probably save weight with this. Alright. It's probably not going to need a ton of power, but I can start to get the solar on here. 2 ought to be good. Let's see, 0.05, 0.1, so this is amount 100, 200, so it doesn't change it. I guess it's aerodynamically better, but it'll be taller. I want this thing to be relatively short. Alright, and now I need fuel. So I'm just going to go with a teeny tiny fuel tank. Okay, I guess that's... do I have anything smaller? Those are my fuel tanks. So there's that, and then this is what I'm going to land with, I think. Just keep a nice wide base, and then the landing legs somewhere. These things are garbage, by the way. Alright. So I'll do something like this. Hope that's enough. And then the way this is going to land is with probably a singular engine. A tiny guy. This one. Are you going to do what I want or no? Did that work? Okay. So yeah, this has some clearance from the ground. Oh, I'm going to want to do some science while I'm up here, definitely. Let's see here. So go to my science. How bad do I want to do it now? I kind of do. I am desperate for science right now, so... Alright. I don't have anything to store. Okay. Ditch this. I only want single symmetry here. Okay. Grab it. Pop it there. This will keep that center of gravity good, because these weigh the same. 005. Yep, 5 thou, 5 thou. Okay, so this is like all the science I can fit on here. 733 delta V. That, I don't believe that is enough to land and take off. To land and take off, depending on how I stage this, I think I'm going to need more fuel. Will this pop on top? Ugh. Sometimes I wonder how they call that good. I don't know. Delta V of 1,000. Delta V of 1100, and it's going to have crap thrust to weight. But on the MUN, this might just be enough. I do have this weighed down quite a bit with the amount of science that I have. Oh, keep in mind, this would be in vacuum. 4,000 delta V. Okay. 4,000 delta V ought to be enough. I think that this is overkill. I'm going to ditch these top tanks. And 3,000 delta V. I mean, this whole mission probably needs 7,000 or 8,000 delta V. I don't know exactly. I mean, that's a lot right there. So, MUN Lander 1. Okay, let's save this. So there's my MUN Lander 1. This had a reaction control, right? Let's see here. Go back to the pod, because I want stability assist. Oh, I'm going to need a radio, because that is not a great radio. Go into here, get the good one. Just have 2 of them. Okay, 2 of these. Rotate this down. I don't know if this helps or not, but it helps me feel better. Okay. So that's looking okay so far. All right, this is probably quite heavy, and I've got a ton of delta V. Let's see here. Can I don't quite want to raise the legs. I mean, that's not a ton of clearance. I probably should lower these legs. I'm thinking that's just about good. Ideally, actually, these would be low enough that they will hit before that. That ought to protect the nozzle, and then I can hopefully raise these up a bit. Something like this. Okay. I kind of think that might be enough clearance. I don't know how much these compress. I could test it with like a 0G perfect landing, and then we'll see how, okay, so let's fly this and see if I stay all the way up or not. And I can see if I don't need enough thrust to land here. And then, let me think. I might need more chutes than this. This is a fairly large craft, but I'm gonna go 0 throttle, stage, and start to yeah, this does not have enough thrust to take off here, which is not very surprising. But I mean, I've got good clearance. I just kind of think this is overkill. I mean, it has to be. Delta V in a vacuum of 3,700. I mean, it doesn't need to be that big. I want these off to the side if I can get them, but I don't know if they're going to connect without this top one. And I like this covering the bottom. What if I ditch this tank? Pop that there. Get this here with a symmetry of 3. Is that 3? Yes. Pop that there. Pop that there. Okay. So those are not crashing. I've still got some width. It's not quite as symmetrical anymore, but it's much lighter, less delta V. At least this is shorter. So it's a nice wide base. And then I have no idea what its thrust to weight's going to be. Atmosphere, body. But what is my thrust value? I mean, where's my thrust to weight? Where does it say it? You know, am I reading this wrong? Detailed stage information, thrust to weight ratio. Yeah, I want that. Please tell me. Where do I find it? It's not here. Whatever, I'm just gonna eyeball it if this isn't gonna tell me what I want to know. What's this? Okay. Thrust to weight ratio of 1.31, which shouldn't that mean it should take off? It wasn't taken off. I only got rid of one tank. That shouldn't have improved by 0.3 or more. Am I thinking of this wrong? Okay, so I'm going to stage, throttle up. How's this a thrust to weight ratio of that if it's not even taking off? Is that assuming I'm in a vacuum? That must be assuming I'm in a vacuum. But I don't need to land this in a vacuum. Okay, I want to try to take the science back to Kerbin, so these should be on separators or radial decouplers. Alright. 3. Get that. Come on. Right there. Grab this guy. Alright. Is that on there? I think so. Okay. So this engine needs to be before those decouplers. That's going to fall away. This chute, I'm hoping, is going to be enough to get me back. Can I land it with just the engine? I mean, I am going to be going all the way up to the MUN. That's quite a bit of energy. I think I'm going to need to be able to ditch this. And so I need another decoupler right there. But before the... Okay, how do I grab just the decoupler? Where is it? How did it go there? Okay. Grab it off there. Okay. Pop it there. I need a heat shield. Get the heat shield on. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Okay, heat shield. Decoupler. Decoupler. Engine. Yeah, so I'm going to carry this basically into the atmosphere just a bit. This does push the nozzle. Ugh. Now the nozzle's lower. Okay, so I need to try to move this all lower. Alright. Iterative designs. Alright, so now that's protected. Okay. So where's that center of gravity? I think that's pretty stable, and I will have burned off some of this by the time I land on the Mun. So for delta V, vacuum, is it going to tell me? Where am I? Reset? Okay, I've got an engine. What's this doing? Engine, separate, separate. I'm going to probably separate these before that. Okay. Is that going to tell me thrust to weight? I mean, when's it going to say it? There's an engine. So I don't know what it's on about. It should be telling me the delta V. Okay. So this is what I'm going to be trying to land. So I'm going to save this again. So this is my Mun lander. So this is what I'm going to try to actually land. So now it's time to actually start building all the rocket below this. I'm probably going to run out of time here. I still don't even know what my delta V is. How could this all be 0 delta V? Am I reading this wrong? Staging, reset, default. Okay, I've got an engine. It separates. And then these separate. I want these to separate before that. Okay, boom, 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 boom. This looks staged right. I don't know why it's not telling me the delta V. Maybe I'm missing something here. Thrust of 0 kilonewtons. How? Is it not attached? Like, what's going on? Is it because it's through the heat shield? I thought that's kind of standard procedure. Is it because of these decouplers and the fuel won't transfer in? Maybe it's because of the decouplers. What if I grab this and pop it on here? That's still giving me a 0 delta V. I don't know if the game's bugging out or what's going on. It's probably my fault. I just don't know what it is. So, pop that there. A little bit lower. Alright, engine's protected. And I'm just going to try to launch and see if it even works. For some reason it's acting like the end of the world here. Like there's no throttle, no nothing. Okay, so 0 throttle, stage. And it says the liquid fuel is 0. Is it just because... But I even tried connecting these directly to here. And I'm still not getting anything. Okay. I really prefer it for this not to get tall and skinny, but maybe that's what's going to happen here. Okay. So let's start piling these on and see how horrible this is going to get. At least now I have a delta V. Vacuum, 1500. I think I need a little bit more. Maybe I can, well, if one of these, because I'm thinking about putting some more tanks around the base. Well, I do have a decoupler here. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to decouple this whole base assembly off. So I'm going to get a fuel tank, pop it there, and then put on the engine, right here. Okay, this will all decouple off of from here, and then we've got a heat shield above it. So now I'm going to go with the triple wide. All right, get this as low as I can, and then do it again. And I'm going to end up with just a ton of delta V. Like way more delta V than I think I need. And then the landing legs. Something like that. Okay, and then the center of gravity is not that high up. And this has stability assist. This has 3000 delta V at the top. That's gotta be plenty of overkill. Alright, so now I'm gonna start building the rocket down. This is probably gonna look really stupid here. Like, what am I gonna do? Am I really gonna build it? Okay, so I'm gonna go for the fuel tanks and go 1, 2. Oh, but these need to stage away. Go to decouplers. This is probably a pretty terrible rocket, guys, so... Alright, so there's that. And then for the engine... Okay... So there's that. And that seems like the place at which, because let's see, this has so much delta V, it'll get to the moon and back and everything. I've just got to get this basically into orbit. And so that's all I'm trying to do here. So then I'm going to go with the decoupler. And this guy. Okay, now I got to strut it up. Okay. I mean, these are going to be just flopping around. Okay. Strut. Strut. I have no idea how much I should be adding or what, but there's nothing even in the middle of this. Am I in the strut command? Give me a strut. Okay, am I just adding those on and they're not doing anything? Okay. Okay, grab this one. Alright. So now it's strutted around that way. And then what else would I really want to do? I mean, I guess I can see how flimsy that's going to be. Alright, so main engines, boom. 1000 delta V. So 1000, that's not bad. That's going to separate our rate away. Blah, blah, blah. And then I've got 1600 delta V. And that'll get it kind of into space. I don't quite think that's enough. How am I going to do this without destroying my struts? Is there a way to do that? Oh, I don't want to destroy all my struts I just built. What if I take this down? Oh, jeez. And they're still there. They're just, like, ruined. So now I've got the weight of the struts without the struts. Alright. Okay, so back to the struts. I'm at 25 minutes. Okay. Is there like a maximum length? What am I doing wrong here? Okay. Okay. This is going to be terrible. So in the next one, you're going to see me try to fly this. You probably already know what's going to happen just by looking at it. So I've got my first boosters, separate, liquid engines, separate, burn with that, then eventually separate, and scream all the way down. Alright, so this is what I'm going with, and we'll just see how it goes. Moonlander 1 full stack. Okay, save that. Next video, we're going to be flying this thing. Well, this thing is going to leave the pad. How about that? I believe it will leave the pad, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so this is Keith from Kinvert doing career mode. We're about to try our first attempt to land on the moon and come back. We'll see how it goes in the next one. See you guys. Bye-bye.